सभी भाइयों और बहनों को जय श्री माता जी। अब हम मॉर्निंग मेडिटेशन की शुरुआत करते हैं। आज के मॉर्निंग मेडिटेशन में आए सभी भाइयों और बहनों का हार्दिक स्वागत है। हम पूरे हृदय से सिर झुकाकर श्री माता जी को नमन करते हैं। अपने दोनों हाथों को गोदी में रखकर संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार पे रखेंगे। अपना दाहिना हाथ बाएं हृदय पे रखकर श्री माता जी को पूरे हृदय से प्रार्थना करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आपके श्री चरणों पर हमारा कोटि कोटि नमन। श्री माता जी, हम सभी सहजी भाई बहन सुबह के ध्यान में बैठना चाहते हैं। कृपा करके आप हमें अनुमति प्रदान कीजिए माँ। श्री माता जी, आपकी इच्छा अनुसार ही आप हमसे ध्यान करा लीजिए। हे माँ, कृपया आप हमें पूर्णतः संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए, निर्विचारिता एवं निर्विकल्प की स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। यही आपके श्री चरणों पर विनम्र प्रार्थना है। अपना दाहिना हाथ नीचे लेते हैं। चित्त को सहस्त्रार पर रखकर सामूहिकता में कुंडलिनी चढ़ाकर बंधन लेते हैं। अपना संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार पे रखकर आंखें बंद करके हम 3 महामंत्र तत्पश्चात श्री गणेश मंत्र लेते हैं।
3 महामंत्र। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार्य स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गणेश मंत्र। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
हम अपने दोनों हाथों को धरनी माता पे रखेंगे और प्रार्थना करते हैं, हे धरनी माता, कृपा करके आप हमें क्षमा कीजिए। हम आपको अपने पैरों से स्पर्श करते हैं। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमारे अंदर के संपूर्ण असंतुलन, जड़ तत्व, भूमि तत्व में विलीन कर कीजिए। हमें पूर्णतया संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए माँ। अपने दोनों हाथ गोदी में रखेंगे। अब हम श्री माता जी द्वारा बताए गाइडेड मेडिटेशन को फॉलो करते हैं। यह मेडिटेशन अंग्रेजी में है। हम इसे अपना चित्त सहस्त्रार पे रखकर सुनेंगे।
Now first, before meditating, in your heart, or you should see in your heart, and there try to put your Guru in the core of it. After establishing in the heart, you must bow to that. With full devotion and dedication. Now whatever you do with your mind after realization is not imagination, because now your mind, your imagination is itself enlightened. So project yourself in such a way that you humble down at the feet of your Guru, And now ask for the necessary temperament needed for meditation, or atmosphere needed for meditation. Meditation is when you are one with the divine. Now if there are thoughts coming in, first you have to say the first mantra, of course, and then watch inside. Also you must say mantra of Ganesha, will help some people. And then you should watch inside. And see for yourself which is the biggest hurdle. First the thought. Now for the thought, you have to say the mantra of Nirvichara. That Tvameva Sakshat, Nirvichar, Sakshat, Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. You should say it thrice. Now we come to the hurdle of your ego, because see, the thought has stopped now, no doubt, but there is still a pressure on the head. So if it is ego, you have to say Tvameva Sakshat Mahat Ahankara. Mahat means the great, Ahankara means the ego. Sakshat Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Say it thrice.
Shri Mahatma Sakshat, Shri Bhati Shakti Sakshat, Shri Namaji, Shri Namaji, Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Mahatma Sakshat, Shri Mataji, Shri Namaji,
Again.
Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Mahatma Sakshat, Shri Mataji, Shri Namaji.
Now, even now, if you find that ego is still there, then you have to raise your left side to push it back to the right hand side with your hand, one hand towards the photograph. Push the left side higher and right side lower, so the ego and superego get the balance. Do it 7 times. Try to feel how you are feeling inside, you see. Now you raise your Kundalini up on the head and tight up. Again raise your Kundalini up on the head and tight up. Again raise your Kundalini and tight up. Now at the Sahasrara, you should say the mantra of Sahasrara thrice.
Om Tvameva Sakshat, Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Mokshadayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Mokshadayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Mokshadayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah.
Now it's opened out. You should see. Now you can open again your Sahasrara like this. Just take it down again and see that you are stationed there. Once this has been done, then you go into meditation. This is like cleansing, you see, called as nyasa. Now, now if you find any other obstruction, you can also say, like if you have got, say, Mahakali's problem, you can say that mantra, clear it, and then you sit down for meditation. Any individual thing, you can take it out. Like if you have the ego problem, if you think, then you should start with Mahatahankara. It is what you have to find out. What is your problem? Where is the Kundalini stopping? You can feel it within yourself. Some of you may not feel. If you do not feel it on your fingers. If you are not feeling within yourself, then feel it on your fingers. You can feel it. Yeah. Better. How is it now? Better? Where is the problem? Central heart. All right, hold your breath. Not with great force, just ordinarily. All right? All right, leave it. Better now? Once again? All right. Hold your breath. Leave it. Better. Keep your eyes open again. Hold it. Leave it. Better now? Much relief. All right? Now left side. Put your left hand towards me. Right hand up there. Left hand towards me, right hand like that. Like this. Douglas, like this. Better. Liver. Overthinking gives you liver also. Better. Much better. Coming down. Better now. What is it? Where do you feel? Shruti?
अब हम अपने चित्त को सहस्त्रार पे रखकर श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को ग्रहण करते हैं।
सर्वप्रथम ऐसा ही समझे कि ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश तीन देवों से जब सारी सृष्टि की रचना की, उस वक्त इस संसार में फंसे हुए लोगों को बाहर निकालने का विचार आदिशक्ति के मन में आया कि ये तीन तत्व अगर किसी तरह से एक साथ जुट जाएं और उनमें गणेश जी की बालकता, उनकी अबोधिता, उनका इनोसेंस उतर जाए तो हो सकता है कि एक बहुत बड़ा कार्य करने वाले गुरु इनसे निर्माण हो। सती अनुसया के रूप में उनका साक्षात, ये एक ही ऐसी सती संसार में है जिसने कि इंसान को तारण का विचार, एक बहुत बड़ी, ये तीनों बालक अनुसुईया के पास, अनुसुईया का अर्थ यह है जिसमें असूया नहीं, जो किसी से मत्सर नहीं करता, जो सर्वतः प्रेम होता है, उसमें मत्सर आदि, क्रोध आदि ऐसे नगण्य क्षुद्र विचारों का कहाँ से स्थान है। जिसमें कोई भी असूया नहीं, ऐसी अनुसुईया, उसकी परीक्षा लेने ये तीनों भी ऐसा कहा जाता है कि उनके दरवाजे गए और उस वक्त उन्होंने अपने तेज बल, ये तेज बल क्या था? ये यही माँ का प्रेम, अत्यंत दिव्य शक्तिशाली माँ का प्रेम जो उन पर बरस पड़ा और वे छोटे बच्चे हो गए। उन्हीं का एकाकार स्वरूप श्री दत्त महाराज है। एक अजीब सी विभूति है, इसका कि कितना भी वर्णन किया जाए तो कम है और समझाया जाए तो भी समझ से परे। ऐसे त्रिगुणों से भरे हुए श्री दत्त महाराज आदि गुरु के रूप में संसार में आए और उन्होंने अनेक बार इसकी शिक्षा दी, इस भव सागर को किस तरह से पार किया।
दत्त कसे जन्माला आले हे आपल्याला माहिती आहे, ते या संसारामध्ये कसे अवतरित झाले हे आपल्याला माहिती आहे आणि अनसूयेने कसं त्यांना त्यांच्या बाल्यपणात उतरवलं. म्हणजे जेव्हा इनोसेन्स, तिन्ही इनोसेन्स, ब्रह्मा विष्णू महेशचं तिघांचंही इनोसेन्स बाल्यावस्था जेव्हा रूप धारण करते त्यावेळेला गुरुतत्व संसारात येते. हे गुरुतत्व अनादी आहे. परमेश्वराचे जे अनेक अंग आहे त्यापैकी त्याच्यातला फार महत्वाचा अंग आहे त्याचं गुरुतत्व. ह्या गुरुतत्वाने माणसामध्ये धारणा होते.
Know that the essence of Guru is Sri Ganesha, the innocence. You must be knowing the story of a very devoted wife, faithful wife of a sati. Her name was Anasuya, and she was so religious and so dedicated that they say that the wives of all the gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha, got very jealous of her. So they told their husbands that you must go and test her if she is really a woman with chastity or not. So all of them came down as sadhus, dressed up like sannyasis. And she said she wanted to serve them, give them something. They said, no, we want to have food. She said, all right, come and sit down. She cooked food for them. So they said, no, we will not have the food unless and until you take out all your clothes. We'll only have the food if you take out all your clothes. She said, is it so? She said, yes. So she made them into little children, 3 little children. And then she became nude. Because innocent doesn't understand anything about it. And then she joined them together. Their 3 innocents was joined together. And they got their Gurupad. That's how the Adi Guru was created. So the first thing is that if you want your Gurupad, you have to be innocent.
Say about this chakra especially, that is the what we call the Nabhi chakra, is the central path of our evolution, where you start your seeking and you cross over to other side. Now surrounding this you will find there is the ocean of illusion, and this ocean of illusion was covered by a deity, by a special powerful personality whom we call as the Dattatreya, is the primordial master. And he incarnated on this earth many a time. At the time of Christ, even before that, he incarnated as, say, Abraham, Moses, Socrates, Lao Tse. Later on, he incarnated as Muhammad Sahib. Then the same great principle incarnated as Nanaka. Then the same principle at the last incarnated as Sainath or Shirdi. So the same great principle of this primordial master has incarnated. Because without a master, how will you be taken away from this illusion? How you are going to be exposed to that reality which you do not feel? What has to happen to you is that you have to become more sensitive, more open, awakened, enlightened to feel that all pervading power around you. Now these came again and again and told you that you must look after your dharma. Dharma doesn't mean any religion that is being established in the names of these people. Because human beings know how to make a pickle out of everyone. They are great experts. All of them in essence are one and the same. But like flowers on the same tree can be taken away from time to time, and when they become ugly and they become completely spoiled, then people can claim this is my flower, this is my flower. Everybody has become a contractor of this. Actually, these people belong to the whole universe. They are universal beings, and they came on this earth to give us a sustenance within us, a sustenance. Dharma means a sustenance. That is, we can say that equality that is human. For example, gold has a quality that it is untarnishable. Carbon has a quality that it is tetravalent. In the same way, I would say human beings have 10 valencies, or we can say has a quality that they have to have these 10 specialities in them so that they can be called as human beings. All these 10 specialities are represented by the 10 incarnations of this primordial spirit on this earth. There are many other also spirits who came, who are, we can say, followers of these, or we can say the disciple incarnations of this great power which we call as the primordial master. And such a primordial master is needed, no doubt, but such a primordial master has to have certain qualities. If they are missing, how is he going to be our master? A guru means a person who has got that weight in him, weight of virtues, of qualities, of righteousness, of holiness. A person who is not righteous, who is a parasite, who leads a bad life, cannot be your guru. Not only that, but what is a guru's speciality is that he makes you meet God. He connects you to God. He doesn't connect you to all kinds of funny things that these gurus are doing nowadays.
Yesterday, I talked to you about the subtle centers which exist within our being. The knowledge of this was known to Indians, to many Indian seers, thousands of years back. But they did not disclose it. There were two types of people who became aware of the higher powers of nature. One of them were the people who thought that we may be able to excite the nature itself. So they started worshipping all the 5 elements through the Veda mantras and all that. They tried to awaken the 5 mantras, the result of which we see today is the manifestation of science, that they have been able to harness the energy of those 5 elements. The second type of people who became aware that there must be some force which is giving us evolution, they started singing the praise of God in bhakti and requesting God to incarnate on this earth. These were the bhakti margis. That is how in the Virata, in the primordial being, there are 2 forces as are in the human beings, as I told you yesterday. One is the emotional force, which is the bhakti, which gives us existence. This is the force through which the whole universal was conceived, was desired, and in our Sahaja Yoga terminology, it is called as the Mahakali Shakti. On the right side of the Virat, as we have in the human beings, is the power of action, where he uses all the 5 elements to create, is the power of Mahasaraswati, according to Sahaja Yoga terminology. The third force that did not operate so openly started thousands and thousands of years back in this country, where people started giving Ishvara Pranidhan, which is the basic of Hatha Yoga. That is to establish Ishvara within you. First, the Ishvara must be established. The light of your spirit, your Atma, must be awakened. And then the cleansing must be done. And people must be established into their self-realization. This line of action was taken for very, very few people, extremely few. So much so that after Buddha, when Viditama, his one of disciples, went to Japan, he started a cult called as Zen, which is the same as Sahaja. And there they are mentioned that in 6 centuries they had only 26 Kashyapas, means the ones who were realized. Even Indra was given realization, even Brahmadeva was given realization. So it extends up to the date when Brahmadeva was created out of Sri Narayana, Sri Vishnu. To us, all these deities are mythological things. Actually, they became mythological because when people started talking about the flower in which the honey was, people started worrying about the flower. They were more worried about the flower than the honey. So then the people came up, like Buddha and Mahavira, who said, better not talk about the flower at all. If you talk about the flower, people get stuck up at that point. They go discussing, arguing, and also getting into rituals which were dead, just trying to do some sort of a dead work, and the progress of their being was completely obliterated, and they could not go any further with it. It was then desired that something should be done to overcome this hurdle of human beings by which he gets stuck up to forms. So many people on this earth came as gurus, as real gurus. The manifestation of this great principle of primordial master, as I told you yesterday, is called as Dattatreya, came on this earth many a times, and they tried to establish within us our sustenance, our dharma, with this central force of evolution. Only through by establishment of sustenance that we can evolve. As I told you yesterday about carbon, has its own sustenance. Gold has its own sustenance, that gold is not tarnishable. In the same way, human beings have their own sustenance. These gurus came on this earth to establish that sustenance within us. All of them are the incarnation of the same spirit. Like Raja Janaka, he came as Nanaka. Also Muhammad Sahib was the same personality, absolutely the same personality as Guru Nanak. There is no difference in their personality. Just the same. That's why Guru Nanaka came on this earth to tell people that you should not find on this basis of Hindu and Muslims. Because he realized, as Muhammad Sahib, that he had done a mistake to tell people that all human beings are just the same and one should not force things in this manner. Actually, the whole thing gets perverted as soon as the disciples take the place of the gurus. Thus, we had the middle path built in by the gurus in the center of our being, as shown there, as called as the void. Today, we are going to discuss the void. What we call void in Sahaja Yoga is different from the way people talk of void. Void is the complete visceral cavity, which is called in Sahaja Yoga language as Bhavasagara. Many times you must have heard people singing songs, poets singing songs saying, Bhavasagara se para utaro. What is this Bhavasagara? This is the symbol, or this is the reflection of the whole entire universe that is created. This all universe is created by Brahmadeva.
He is the one who is the creator, who is the Rachayita of this world, who created this beautiful universe. In that, specially, he created the Mother Earth. He has placed the moon and the sun on both the sides of this Mother Earth, and the representative of the Mother Earth within us is the Kundalini, the Muladhara. Now this universe exists within us. That is the Bhavasagar. This Bhavasagara exists in many stages in its evolutionary form, and today it is Kali Yuga in this Bhavasagar. I would say it is the dawn of Satya Yuga at the end of Kali Yuga. In this Bhavasagara is placed in the center is the center of Nabhi Chakra, and around it moves the center of Swadhisthana. Nabhi Chakra, as you know, is governed by Sri Lakshmi as the power of Sri Vishnu. And the Swadhisthana moves around it, which delimits our own personality and which creates all these different stars within us or the planets within us. In these spaces, void, are born the incarnations of the primordial master, who is called as Dattatreya. Dattatreya is the innocence of Shiva, of vibrations of Brahmadeva and of Sri Vishnu. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. The essence of these, the innocence of these is embodied in the form of Dattatreya, who is the primordial master. So these masters who are born on this earth are innocence at its best, all integrated together. These masters have incarnated on this earth mainly 10 times, but there have been many other incarnations also. There have been repetitions just to correct themselves. As I told you yesterday, that Muhammad Sahib and Nanaka are both the same personalities of Dattatreya. The instance is given in the life of Guru Nanaka. When he was sleeping, people told him that your feet are towards Makkah, Kaaba, towards Kaaba. He said, all right, I'll remove my feet and put wherever you say. Then they put his feet on the other side, and again they found that his feet were facing toward Kaaba. Then he said, now tell me the place where there is no Kaaba, I'll put my feet. But they could not arrange it at all, because wherever he placed his feet, it was such a maya that always they found that the feet were towards Kaaba. Now Kaaba is a place where you have a beautiful Shivalinga, which is called as Makkeshwar Shiva in our Puranas. From ancient times, it is mentioned that there is a Pinda which is absolutely vibrating and which is there. Now Muhammad Sahib religiously avoided talking about that. He only said, if this stone can be so godly, why not human beings be? But he did not explain much. As it is, whatever he tried to explain, the people were so insensitive and so cruel that they tried to kill him many a times. They gave him poison. Ultimately, he died in a very, very bad state. They tortured his life. They were nomadic people. They used to live in tribes, very tribal by nature, and he tried his level best to propagate that there is God and God is above all and I am the messenger of God, but they would not listen to him. Then came, Nanaka, who preached that there should be no enmity between Hindus and Muslims. He preached that because he saw the Muslims behaving in such a manner, they were such fanatics, and they had become so funny that he could not understand how is it, these are the people whom I have made Muslims and what are they doing here? Now these gurus came on this earth to remove fanaticism. The last of them came as Shirdi Sainath. He was the one who has said very clearly, in Marathi he has said it, that to speak ill of any other religion is sin, is sin. Nothing can be more powerful than that. There are many people who worship Sainath, many people, but they drink. He was against drinking. All of them were against drinking. Why they were against drinking? Because the awareness is spread in your void. The awareness, the chitta, the attention is in your void and is nourished by your liver. The liver takes out all the poison from your awareness due to bad health, due to bad mind, due to anything from bad effects or negativity, and then it clears out, as I told you yesterday. So this awareness within us gets, you know that our awareness, human awareness goes down through drinking. These people preach that you should not drink. I mean, the one thing they all preach together, that you should not drink. At the time of Muhammad Sahib, there was no smoking. So Guru Nanak also, at this time he found people smoking with big, big hookahs. He said, now for heaven's sake, do not smoke. Because they said, you just said that don't drink, so we will smoke now. Like in England, people say, what's wrong in drugs? So drugs were not opposed by any saints. So we can take drugs. So it is in my lot to tell them now drugs are the same. Anything that goes against awareness is not good. I mean, it is not something that they have said no because they were mad people. Whatever they said because it was the truth. That
हम थोड़ी देर निशब्द ध्यान की अवस्था में बैठेंगे। जय श्री माता जी। इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में हम श्री माता जी को प्रार्थना करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आपके श्री चरणों पर शत शत प्रणाम। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमें तादात्म्य स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए, हमें साक्षी भाव प्रदान कीजिए माँ। श्री माता जी, सहजयोग का प्रचार प्रसार करने के लिए हमें एक उत्तम संतुलित माध्यम बनाने की कृपा करें माँ। हे माँ, आपने हम सबसे आज सुबह का ध्यान करा लिया, इसके लिए हम सभी आपके आभारी हैं। आपके श्री चरणों पे कोटि कोटि नमन, कोटि कोटि नमन, अनंत कोटि नमन श्री माता जी। हम सभी सामूहिकता में कुंडलिनी चढ़ाकर बंधन लेते हैं।
जय श्री माताजी. आजच्या या सुंदर अशा ध्यानानंतर सर्व युवा शक्तींसाठी एक सूचना. NSYS महाराष्ट्राद्वारे नागपूर अकॅडमी येथे दिनांक 29, 30 आणि 31 डिसेंबर 2023 दरम्यान 3 दिवसीय महायुवा संमेलन आयोजित करण्यात येत आहे. या युवा संमेलन बाबत आपण या व्हिडिओमध्ये जाणून घेऊया.
जय श्री माताजी. महायुवा संमेलन नागपूर अकॅडमी 29, 30, 31 डिसेंबर 2023. नागपूरच्या पुण्यभूमीत श्री माताजींनी आपले बालपण व युवा अवस्थेत आयुष्य व्यतीत केले. देशभक्ती व देशप्रेमाची प्रेरणा श्री माताजींनी नागपूर येथून घेतली. महाराष्ट्र युवा शक्ती आयोजित करत आहे 29, 30, 31 डिसेंबर दरम्यान महायुवा संमेलन. युवा शक्तींच्या 2 पिढ्यांचे अनोखे संमेलन. 18 ते 25 वयोगटातील युवा शक्ती आणि 25 ते 45 वयोगटातील ज्येष्ठ युवा शक्ती यांचे अनोखे संमेलन. महाराष्ट्र सहयोग विकासात योगदान देण्यासाठी 5,000 युवा बंधू भगिनींचे महायुवा संमेलन. या संमेलनात आपण जाणून घेणार आहोत युवा शक्तींची सहज जीवनशैली, करिअर मार्गदर्शन, स्वयंसेवक म्हणून सहजयोग विकासात आपला सहभाग, 2 पिढ्यांच्या गप्पा, चर्चासत्र आणि मैत्री, 80 ते 90 दशकातील युवा शक्तींची भेटीगाठी व अनुभव, युवा संगीत महोत्सव. युवा जोश, उत्साह व चैतन्यमयी आनंदात स्वागत करूया नववर्षाचे. आपला सहभाग आजच निश्चित करा आणि तयारी सुरू करा. हम युवा शक्ती है और हम वायु शक्ती भी है. जय श्री माता जी.
सर्व युवा शक्तींना आवाहन करण्यात येत आहे की आपली आध्यात्मिक उन्नतीसाठी आणि आदर्श युवा शक्ती बनण्यासाठी आपण या महायुवा संमेलनमध्ये सहभागी होऊयात आणि आपल्या जिल्हा युवा शक्ती समन्वयक यांच्या मार्फत याचे नियोजन करूयात. सदर कार्यक्रमाबाबत पुढील सूचना स्क्रीनवर दिलेल्या वेबसाईटवर आणि हेल्पलाईन नंबरवर मिळून जातील. जय श्री माताजी. थँक्यू श्री माताजी. आजचे सकाळचे ध्यान सत्र येथे संपन्न झाले. जय श्री माताजी.
आदि गुरु जनक लाओ से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, सोक्रेटिस साई निर्मल माई नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम मूसा ज़ाराथुस्ट्र कन्फ्यूशियस नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम मूसा ज़ाराथुस्ट्र कन्फ्यूशियस। आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, सोक्रेटिस साई निर्मल माई नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मुहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक। मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, 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 मोहम्मद इब्राहिम। आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, सोक्रेटिस साई निर्मल माई नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक। भवसागर में कुंडलिनी आदि गुरु बन गंभीरा, भवसागर में कुंडलिनी आदि गुरु बन गंभीरा, भवसागर में कुंडलिनी आदि गुरु बन गंभीरा। भव पार करे, भव पार करे, भव पार करे बोध दिलाए, भव पार करे बोध दिलाए, भव पार करे बोध दिलाए, गुरु पद दायिनी निर्मल माई नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम मूसा ज़ाराथुस्ट्र कन्फ्यूशियस। ओ आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओत से, सोक्रेटिस साई निर्मल माई नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक। हमारे मिली हमें आत्मज्ञान सह मातृ कृपा। धन धन भाग्य हमारे मिली हमें आत्मज्ञान सह मातृ कृपा। धन धन भाग्य हमारे मिली हमें आत्मज्ञान सह मातृ कृपा। विश्व निर्मला धर्म सिखाए, धर्म सिखाए। विश्व निर्मला धर्म सिखाए, विश्व निर्मला धर्म सिखाए। योगदायिनी निर्मल माई नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम मूसा ज़ारथुस्त्र कन्फ्यूशियस। आदि गुरु जनक लाओ से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओ से, आदि गुरु जनक लाओ से। सोते साई निर्मल माई नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक, मोहम्मद इब्राहिम नानक। ब्रह्मा विष्णु